Hello and welcome to the Joe Ligato Show. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Ligato, and today we're going to read something of a funny story from RT Russia Today, and it's on how Putin laments the lack of smart people at top of Western politics. And as someone from the West, I can assure you that not only is it Western politics that lacks competent people in charge, but other institutions throughout the West also lack qualified, competent people in charge, and that's why trust in all the institutions across the West is declining. There is no sensible explanation for the European Union eschewing Russian gas supplies, the president has said. Obviously correct. I mean, they're paying 3 to 4 times the amount for energy now. Russia sees absolutely no sense in the EU's current policy of foregoing Russian energy supplies, particularly gas. President Vladimir Putin told the Russian Energy Week Forum on Wednesday. He added that the modern political system in the West obviously sometimes brings not the smartest people to the top. I mean, the thing is, Russian sanctions benefited Russia and harmed the West. Russia right now is expected to have increased GDP growth throughout 2024. They just revised it, I think, a month ago or so. They revised their predictions because Russia is just doing so well right now. Speaking about the issue of Russian gas exports to Europe, he pointed to what he called a lack of common sense in some European capitals. There is no sensible explanation to why some European economies, including Germany, should behave like this. I mean, the thing is, Russia is not a direct threat to Germany. In fact, you could say that Vladimir Putin is a bit of a Germanophile. He loves Germany. He loves German culture. I believe he worked in East Germany for a while as well. And so this is a person who would have loved to have really close relationships with Germany, and Germany has done its best to scorn Russia, even though if Germany is a sovereign country, then Russia really has no interest in competing with it. They have very complementary economies, very similar to how Russia has a complementary economy with China. Germany is a manufacturing powerhouse similar to China, and Russia is a resource-rich powerhouse, and so they are very complementary. The president said, referring to the situation in European energy markets, he called it surprising that European nations did not demand that Kyiv reopen one of the Russian gas pipelines going through Ukraine after it was shut down. So Ukraine is getting all this aid from the West, and then Ukraine isn't even willing to give the West the resources it needs, such as an energy supply, in order to make sure that the West continues to survive. I don't understand this state of affairs. I've asked numerous people, and no one can really point to, no one has any idea why the West is doing what it's doing. It's like suicide. They're killing themselves off in order to try to punish Russia, but Russia is actually benefiting from their punishment. So like it makes zero sense. The West is not successful in any of its endeavors right now. It's not benefiting from the current situation. So why do things that don't benefit you? It doesn't make any sense to me. Ukraine halted Russian gas transit along one of the routes running through its territory back in May, arguing that it lost control over one of the gas compressor stations. The station in question is located in the Lugansk People's Republic, which voted to join Russia last year. And also, we know that America was the likely culprit behind the Nord Stream pipeline bombings, and so Europe really has no opportunities to get cheap energy anymore. The Ukrainian pipeline operator claimed that Russian forces controlling the compressor station were somehow interfering with its technical processes and shut down its part of the line. Moscow denied the allegations and warned that Russian gas exports could not be effectively rerouted to other pipelines to compensate for the shutdown. In July, Kyiv said that it might cut Russian gas supplies to Europe altogether, as it does not intend to renew the transit deal with Moscow. I believe by the winter of 2024, Europe will not need Russian gas at all. Ukrainian Energy Minister German Galushchenko told Politico. Well, how's that working out? Because as far as I understand, Europe is not able to get other supplies of resources. They're having a lot of trouble getting energy supplies. The 2019 transit agreement allows Russia to export some 40 billion cubic meters of gas per year via Ukraine until the end of 2024. A third of this volume should have reached Europe via a pipeline that Kyiv has already cut off. Europe could have just said, open this route. Now we need it to support our economy, but no. Yeah, that's the thing I'm not understanding is, why are these cowardly leaders not doing things to benefit their own countries? Like, it just doesn't, it's not adding up. It's not computing for me. I mean, obviously, if I was a world leader, I would do what's necessary to benefit my own country. Maybe these people just really do view themselves as such cosmopolitans that like they just don't care about the people of their own country. That's the only thing that I can really think of. Commenting on Kiev's actions, a similar approach could have been used when Poland terminated a supply contract with Russia ahead of its in 2022 expiration date. Warsaw rejected Moscow's demand for ruble payments in May 2022 and started using its leg of the Yamal-Europe pipeline to pump stored gas from Germany. Okay. The Yamal-Europe pipeline, which links European customers to natural gas fields in Russia's north, used to carry nearly half of Gazprom's westbound gas deliveries. Moscow repeatedly stated that it was ready to restart supplies of natural gas to the EU via this route, adding that the shipments had been halted in the first place for political reasons. Germany might have pointed to the fact that it was the biggest donor to the EU common budget, while Poland was the largest recipient of EU funds. Okay, so they're saying that, I mean, if Germany needed this energy, they could have just been like, listen, Poland, we give you money, so you give us that energy. You can't block us from getting that energy. And that's the rational thing that any somewhat smart leader would have done, but apparently there are no smart leaders left in the West. Adding that Berlin might have told Warsaw not to bite the hand that feeds you. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a common phrase in the West. I don't understand why the German government does not understand that. German government could have also approved the use of the Russian Nord Stream 2 pipeline. The Russian leader stated, one of the two pipeline strings remained operable after a series of underwater explosions that destroyed the other three strings of Nord Stream and Nord Stream 2. Nord Stream 2 is a direct route to Germany, Putin said, adding that it could have delivered 27.5 billion cubic meters of gas per year. Instead, Germany opts to buy gas with a 30% premium and not use our energy resources. That's their choice. So, and I want to emphasize this again because I think people forgot this, but the Nord Stream pipeline bombings are a heinous act by the West. And I believe that it was conducted by the United States, particularly since the United States did kind of brag about it afterwards and threatened to do it beforehand as well. So, like, I mean, you have your fingerprints all over it. And so the thing is, that was a direct route of gas from Russia to Germany. And that means that the United States, if they were the culprit, which I believe they were, they directly attacked the energy infrastructure of one of their closest allies who are very subservient to the United States. And so, I mean, just horrible. I mean, that's obviously an act of war. If Germany was a sovereign country, they would have understood that. They would have, I mean, at least decoupled from the United States if the United States is willing to attack its own energy infrastructure. So we're seeing situations here where European Union is allowing places like Ukraine, like Poland, like the United States to just dictate its own energy policy, even if it's to the detriment of their own people. Like, why would you ever allow that to happen? So I don't understand that. If you have any understanding about why these European countries would ever do this, when Russia is not a threat to these other countries, Russia really doesn't care about it. Russia has far too much land to govern as it is. Please let me know in the comment box why this is occurring. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. So that is the end of our reading of the RT article. Thank you for watching. Please give us a comment in the comment section. Please give us a thumbs up. It helps us in the algorithm. Please subscribe to our channel for more content. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.